that if the price of Bitcoin doesn't go to $1 million by 2020,
I will eat my member. Yes.
you will eat your own.
Eat my dick. No, I may choose the mode if I choose to get a Bangkok prostitute and ask her, would you please eat my dick over the next 5 years? That's fine.
That's different than eating your own.
Is it now?
Because if a Bangkok prostitute ate your you wouldn't be eating your own.
Do I not have the privilege of subordinating my task to a subordinate?
To someone who doesn't know a lot about Bitcoin,
Yes.
it sounds like you, John McAfee, want to eat your own.
Eating my is not something that is difficult. For me eating it, I have no interest in doing that.
So it isn't that you, John McAfee, want to eat your own. It's that you believe in the power of Bitcoin, so much so that you'll put your on the table, chop it up, put it in your mouth, swallow. If Bitcoin does not.
If it doesn't reach at least $1 million by the end of 2020.
What if, God forbid, you get prostate cancer, have to remove your anyway?
Well, I won't be able to eat it, will I?
Well, you can have the surgeon put it aside and then you can eat it, but either
I
way.
don't think people would expect me to eat a 2-year-old dead I'm sorry.
If John McAfee is to eat a it's going to be the freshest
and
right
eat it
away.
raw like I eat sushi.
Farm to table, to mouth.
Farm to table, to mouth.
G'day, g'day. Welcome everybody to the Crypto Happy Hour. G'day to my old mate, Fast Abdul. How are you going there, mate?
Good evening, sir, or morning or afternoon. I have no idea what time it is for you.
It is afternoon over here. Just. Good to see you, mate.
Hey.
Yes, it's been a pretty intense couple of weeks, eh?
Yep. It hasn't that. Been intense for me, intense for the the markets, the emotions, everything's been a roller coaster, hasn't it?
Emotional damage indeed. So there's been quite a few things going on. The US government shutdown is sort of lingering. I think that's causing a bit of a liquidity tightening. A lot of government contractors aren't getting paid, apparently. There's a whole bunch of people that aren't able to spend their money. So, and I think because Bitcoin and crypto, because it's more of a high risk asset, it's very subject to liquidity. So when you have these liquidity tightening, you tend to see that reflect in the price. In saying that, where
people aren't getting paid, will get paid retroactively, right?
Yes. Good point. That's a great point. So when they do get paid retroactively, like you say, maybe they'll have more than they would have if they were just living paycheck to paycheck. So then what do they do with that surplus? Do they dump it into, high risk assets, or do they pay their bills? But yeah, let's just see. Looks like old mate Base Radian is here. How you going, bro? You are echoing hard. Are you streaming from your toilets?
Kind of. Yeah, I'm in a empty house, so is it passable? No.
It's all right. I don't know. Have you got like something to dampen the echo? That's cool. That's cool.
Traveling.
Oh,
put a pillowcase over your head.
You could always just walk around. That works as well. Like you could get some steps in.
Yeah.
So I was just talking about the liquidity tightening that we've been seeing in the markets. But also we're dangerously close to the traditional 4-year cycle being over. Depending on how you count it, sort of from the bottom to top was, I think, in October, pretty much when it went down, like to the day, at the last BTC all-time high around about 126K. And then, we've had another dump as well. So there was that 27 days later when Ethereum theoretically was meant to also blow off top. It didn't make new all-time highs and actually just shat the bed. So if it is the end of this 4-year cycle, it's been the most disappointing piece of junk cycle that you could imagine. Or maybe this 4-year cycle thing is just some narrative bedtime story we told ourselves to cope through a bear market, and maybe it's more liquidity driven, and we might see some pumping happening towards the end of the year, maybe the start of next year, or we're straight up going into like a bear market. So we have to entertain both of these ideas simultaneously and be sort of honest and courageous with ourselves and say, look, these charts don't look great. So some of it looks like it's rolling over and it could go down. And if BTC goes down, it normally goes down 70%, something like that. So you can imagine what would happen to alts.
I think that will probably tighten up as we go forward, though, right? Like, I think the gaps might get smaller and smaller season to season.
Yeah, look, diminishing gains, diminishing retracements. I sort of subscribe to that theory. I tend to subscribe to a lot of theories that give me hope and bias towards me getting rich. So that's a concern, because we all have this confirmation bias where it's like, oh yeah, my bags are wrecked, but maybe when the Fed cuts rates in December, or there's going to be some US-China deal that's going to happen. The QT is ending on December 1st. So we convince ourselves that these narratives are significant. Maybe they are, but so far, the charts are not reflecting a lot of the bullish macro things that have happened and are looking to happen.
That's always a dangerous single, right? When everything seems really bullish, but the number won't go up.
I think there's a name for that, and it's not a bull market. So we have constructed the next narrative because that's all we can do at this point. And I believe, I got this from a well-respected, reputable doctor, I'm told, in the industry, that apparently there's a hex season coming. So let me just double check the maths on this.
Season, I'm the hexologist, and this is my brand new hex seasoning. A power-packed mix of 6 bold spices that'll put a flavor spell on every bite. Watch it grip to this juicy chicken. Boom! Popcorn becomes a party. Fries, hit them with the hex. Breakfast, hex season, I'm the hexologist, and this...
So yes, hex season. I actually like the
other one like that up too, about diamonds. Did you see that one?
Yeah, he's done a few good on. Shout out to Hexologist. He's done some funny stuff out there with AI. I like the hashtag PulseSeason. I feel like I just coined it like when I was making this this video, but probably not. Like I probably just stole it from someone subconsciously. But
Richard just calls it our season.
Yes, but I think we need to be more specific, because if you say hex season, right, you exclude people who, let's just say, crybagging about hex and might just be in PulseChain for whatever speculative instrument. So let's be inclusive. I mean, not too inclusive that we include like other blockchains. Let's just keep it real and say PulseSeason. So maybe Fast Abdul, can you tell me a little bit about a potential PulseSeason? Like there's some devs cooking, there's something happening IH tweeted about.
Indeed. So there's very little information, and I have zero insider information, but I'm really good at speculating. So RH tweeted, I'll drop you the tweet here, that he's excited about a new project that's launching. He says, I've heard a new project is launching, details within 24 hours. I'm excited, be ready. Now, most people have seen the 24 hours and assumed that it will launch in 24 hours. It's not what he says. He says details in 24 hours. So
Gotcha.
we have no idea if that means he'll be telling us about the project or he'll be dropping a contract number. We have no details, but it'd be very rare for him to do this for someone else's project, in my experience.
Yes,
extremely unlikely. So I feel like
what if the project's
he may not
name?
take ownership, but
What if the project's name is called Details? That's all a pun.
that would be interesting. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
that would be accurate.
Details.
It would be.
Just details, like maybe
just
details.
one
Is the name of, maybe
wild
that's the name of the wallet.
about this.
Oh,
is that the name of the wallet? The Richard Hart wallet could just be called Details.
The Details wallet.
No, because
the Details centralized exchange. There's lots of options, but that could be a good name.
Let us speculate in a second, but let me just double check the maths on this, like what you say with the grammar. So details within 24 hours. I get that. So we can't expect it to launch in 24 hours, but it does actually say a new project is launching, like in the like that's like a verb, that's in the process of launching. I mean, are we thinking 2 weeks or?
Hard to say. Based on that information.
Mean, does it mean it's launching, like, the window for launch is next year? Or is it like the rocket? What we've actually, Cape Canaveral, it's the boosters have started. We're in like, so maybe it's being launched behind the scenes, like as we speak.
Could be. I heard a rumor from a dev friend of mine told me that the PulseChain testnet block explorer is down, because I asked him, like, is there anything going on in testnet that you could connect to this? And he's like, the explorer is down. I can't look at it. So it's like, wow, that's an interesting coincidence.
Very interesting. Let's say hello to the chat here. And if you know in the chat what is up and you can give us some alpha, please let us know so we can front run that shit and like get a good entry.
Dump on your heads.
And then dump on your heads. No, I mean, we're not going to do that. I mean, can you just so for everyone can get a fair launch, can you please post the CA?
Especially us. People who are up really late in the United States or Canada and people who are up at a normal time in Australia could do really well.
Yes. I somehow think it's probably better just to put notifications on Richard Hart's Twitter and just see what is up. Like, let's say hello to the chat. So McNuggets, g'day legends. G'day to you, sir. Fellow legend. I met McNuggets and his missus at the Aussie meetup, and yeah, they're great guys and gals. Jaspy, any giveaways today? Ooh, let me just check my wallet. Survey says wrecked.
I'll do a giveaway.
Oh, impromptu giveaway, because you've actually been doing some launching behind the scenes, haven't you, with the Vault 369? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So very, very quietly, I launched a token without telling anybody till after it was launched. Like, even my devs had no idea, which created a pretty good fair distribution. And then that token, which was launched on pump.tires, right? So right now it's a meme coin, just to be very clear. But that token, in my mind, this is speculation only, but I am employing devs and such, is destined to be have a lot of utility in a stablecoin protocol that could be around in a couple months, possibly less, possibly more.
Sounds fun.
Awesome. Yeah. I did see on Deck Screener, like, I was like, what is this Vault 369? Excuse me. And I was like, why is this thing going bananas? And it sounded to me a little bit like it just reminded me of Vouch for some reason. I was like, is this somehow affiliated with Vouch, or like what is going on? Like,
well, it could be affiliated with Vouch. Put it on log, and you'll see the sort of extent of
course,
what's happening.
the log
Yeah.
button. Yes. So yeah, I mean, I saw this on Dexcuna, but so sometimes you see these things and you kind of go, you know, P target up 2000%. Okay, so well, that sounds like it could be a rug. But I was like, Vault just sounded like something, you know, like maybe it's because of the Gnosis vaults or something, but there was something about it that I was like, has this got something to do? Like, it sounds like it have some utility. But so far, you're saying it's just a meme coin, and then maybe some added functionality later. Is that right?
Well, there's definitely some, you could say, implied functionality from the website vault369.com. It sort of goes over the possibilities, including the white paper that was recently uploaded. So it's pretty, you know, I'd say there seems like a strong possibility that there could be additional utility.
All right. I haven't gone through this, so but yeah, vault369.com. Oh, is this on multiple chains, or what's going on here?
The concept is that it could be on multiple chains. So it would be a custom liquidity fork whose main focus initially would be providing using VUSD, so like the Vouch liquid stake pulse, as well as VPLS, UPLS, and Pulse as collateral. So a multi-asset liquidity fork that is also upgradable, meaning new collateral types can be added. And we're looking at various custom collateral types like LP tokens, you know, farming tokens like from PulseX, for example, as well as maybe even things like V3 NFTs in the future could be added.
Okay. Look, I think I need to do my research on that. I haven't read the white paper or anything, so maybe I'll do that, and we can.
I don't think anybody's read the white paper except for me at this point, because nobody knows it's there because it wasn't there till like yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. And so, when you were talking about maybe doing a giveaway, are you talking about giving away some Vault or something, or what's the go?
I'll give away 10,000 Vault tokens, which is the same as I'm doing a daily contest for people who post a meme about Vault 369. So I'll be picking somebody for that, but separate from that, we can do a draw from the chat here. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember StreamYard has a thing where you can do some sort of giveaway. There's a giveaway tool.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I mean, I've done it before, but you have to put in like a hashtag, you know, the word or whatever. So maybe have a think about that. We'll come up with a word, and then we'll get people to put the word in or whatever, and then they can contact you for the giveaway.
Yeah, I'll need to, if I don't know the person, we'll just need a way to make sure it's the right person, but yeah, we can work it out.
Well, ideally, what I've done before with the giveaways is when the person's handle on X or YouTube comes up as the winner, that they need to tell us like on stream what their Twitter handle is. Like,
perfect.
Accurately, like at, and then their Twitter handle. And then when you get a DM from them, you can verify that that's actually the person.
Yeah.
So
I had somebody try to claim somebody else's prize the other day. A fellow had posted a meme that was the winning meme, and then I reposted the meme saying like, and tagged him like, oh, here's the winner for today, and you know, send me your wallet address, I'll send you 10,000 tokens. And somebody else replied to that public post who had the same picture and everything, and the same name with 2 underscores instead of 1, right? It took me a minute to like figure out like, how is this name different? And he replied publicly with a wallet address, right? Hey, Fast Abdul, please send it here. And I but I'm used to this sort of thing. So I click through and I'm like, I don't have a message, with this guy, because I sent the other guy a message saying, send me your wallet. And I was like, okay, this is a fake. So it's like, oh man, people go to any length.
You got to watch that. Yeah. So when I follow someone, and then sometimes I'll get followed by someone that has the same handle, but with like a 0 instead of an O, or like an underscore or whatever, I immediately block that person, because I know that I don't want to get confused like later on as to whether that person is the person that I've actually followed. So I'm like, you got to be onto it, like, because that happens quite a bit.
Totally. Yeah, there's scammers everywhere.
Yeah, let's just quickly go through the chat. Don't want to see the discussion. 5-year stake. Remind me of the things I should be doing. I think the thing is that you need to claim your hedron, right? Like, make sure you go to the appropriate hedron. It's the ICOSA.pro or
ICOSA.pro. ICOSA.pro.
Yeah. I mean, I can pull it up, but probably app.icosa.pro. So
yeah. And if it's a native stake, I think you can also claim COM. So I'm not really big into that, so I don't know all the details.
Yeah, I mean, this is the best way to do it. App.icosa.pro, and then /apps. And then /hex. And then you can claim your hedron, and then you can go to the COM thing as well, claim that, and you can end your stake there, or just go to like literally hex.com and then find the should I actually do this? I mean, I think people know. I mean, you basically just go to hex.com, you go to like end stake, the end stake it used to be go.hex, but
you can end your stake on icosa.pro as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can do. I like to go to the ICOSA one so I don't forget to mint the hedron. Or you can go to PulseChain.com and follow the links there. Like, I'm sure if you go to like mine hex or something like that.
Right. PLSstart.me will also have links to all the stuff we're talking about.
Yeah. So then that's basically it there. Look, you just go to PulseChain.com and you go to mine, and then you can do it there. So and you can see how, make sure that you've got at the end of the day, don't get stitched by that whole the stake ends like a day after you think it's ended, and make sure it's like 100% complete. You've got like 2 weeks, and then before it starts bleeding out. So take your time, all that stuff. But hopefully that was helpful. G'day Ash, what is up? No giveaways to Nigerians till they stop the killing. Damn, that's real.
What's going on in Nigeria? I heard some other chatter, but I didn't understand it.
I'm not sure, bro. Unless it's somehow
religious wars. Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Oof. Probably some. I can't make jokes about that if there's genuine like atrocities going on.
It's like real. It's so real.
In that case, let's move on. So
a lot of people are like, just move on. Move on.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it either. So, what is up, Crypto Class? Sanjipita, what's going on? And then I mean, I can go through this. Bang bang, Pulse Gang, Frank White, what is up? Triple Alliance, g'day sir, Rapid Unbox. I'll go through and see. So if I've missed anything, apologies. But I just wanted to see. Chex is down here. What?
Hello.
Didn't even see you there, mate.
That's right. I haven't been there long. How are we all?
Look at that.
The band. Pretty good. It's back together.
Yeah. What is up?
Yeah.
How have you been, mate?
Yeah, been really well. It looks like you need a third line on your name fast. You've got Vault 369, etc., etc. How many extra tags do we need there for you?
It depends how deep you want to go, but I plan for it to be quite long. I probably need a whole screen by the end of this season.
Yeah, it needs to do the scrolling banner
effect.
Indeed. Yeah, or just scrolling tickers across my screen.
Jexa, good to see you, mate. I would actually be interested to see your take on the markets at the moment, because some of these charts are looking terrible. And so on a big picture, I know that if you put some of these global liquidity indicators on, so with the Fed, the Treasury General account, there was a whole bunch of the Fed put in like $50 billion into this reverse repo thing, which I think was supporting some of the banks' liquidity. And then the money supply. It looked like there's some sort of liquidity tightening that's been happening, really since sort of August, and the liquidity flows have kind of stopped. And that's just in the US. Globally, I think the number, they're still going up. There's a lot of global liquidity. But with the US shutdown, the government shutdown, there does seem to be a little bit of uncertainty in the markets. And if you're looking at the weekly on the BTC, it closed the 20-week moving average, which is normally my sign to get the fuck out of Dodge. And then so it broke it down, this is in March, and then it went back and reclaimed it. And it was like, oh, okay, we're back on. And then it broke down here again on this is the 13th, but I think it was the 10th of October with that liquidation event. Or maybe that was the week after that it actually closed below the 20-week. And then we reclaimed it so we didn't get two in a row. So that I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe it's a fake out. And then now, not only have we closed below the 20-week moving average again, it's looking like it might even close below the 50-week moving average, which I know is Ben Copen's sign of, the start of the bear market, because historically BTC does not close below the 50-week moving average unless it is straight up going into a bear. Like you can see here, 2021, it kind of got support. Actually, it faked out slightly just there. Or you
that was after a massive run up too.
Yeah, it depends. BTC has done like a 7x or something stupid, from the lows. People. I agree. Like we haven't really had a bull run in the coins that we're holding, but it did go up 6-7%, 7x in that time period. So, Solana went up a lot. Hyperliquid. There was a few. I know we're cherry picking, but it's certainly been a Bitcoin cycle, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think we're just in a different sort of market now, and not from a crypto perspective, but just a whole macro perspective. There's a whole lot's different. Apparently, and I think this has been going on for a while. All the central banks have been shoveling gold into their vaults, and that's obviously become more apparent now with retail getting onto that and queuing up at the front of retail outlets to buy more gold. So I think everyone's trying to shift away from holding US treasuries as the general consensus. Yeah. Do I know what's going on? I've got no clue. So I guess, you know what I've done yesterday? I thought I'm just going to step outside the bubble for a little bit. And if I had some funds that I wanted to, like we've had a sell-off, if I wanted to park some funds into a different project or a different network or something, what would I do? So I just went across and I was having a look at what's going on in other spaces, and they're not looking good. Everyone's the same. Yeah. Like everyone has a bitch and moan about PulseChain, but when I go, where would I put my capital elsewhere? I'm going, I can't find anywhere that I'd really want to put it. you've seen Zcash take a run, Dash took a run. I mean, if you're being really specky and just saying, "Oh, look, I'm just putting in a chart that's sold to buggery," then I might get something. But that's a lotto ticket at best. So you might see some of those old ones just get a bit of a push. But I've had to look at other things that people are talking about. There was one Cubic where that just keeps coming up on my feed for some reason. So I thought, let's go check it out, see what it is. It's the guy from I think it's Come From Beyond who was behind IOTA back in the day. So he's been working on something over there. And I thought, okay, there's a bit of it seems to be popping up. I'll go have a look at it. And man, it's shit. Like there's nothing built on the chain.
Yeah.
There's just no one there. And I'm going, everyone's just, even Cardano, have a look at the on-chain volume. That's dog shit. It moves on.
PulseChain's got more volume than Cardano. That's scary.
Yep. There's movement on exchanges, but who knows how much of that is wash trading.
Yes.
Or it's just funds sloshing around back and forth. It's not anyone actually using the tech. There's not too many chains that, and I went through a lot. I was having a look at a whole raft of different things, and there's nowhere where I would have gone, yeah, I'm confident to put my money in here, and I think it's actually going to go really well. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super bullish of you to say that out loud. But no, I agree. It does. It looks like
it's a good spot.
Rubbish. Let's just say it looks like trash everywhere. Like every community, every chart, everything looks really bad. So I think almost by negation, it's almost like, well, at least with PulseChain, you've got a sniff. You know, there's the tornado caching of all the ETH reserves. There's some dry powder on the side, you know, getting ready to ignite. Maybe IH is cooking something up. Details in the next 24 hours. Like it's better than some of the dog shit sort of outcome, like, you know, that people are out there on other chains.
So the big takeaway I got was, and we'll come back to this time and time again. Everywhere I was looking, I was saying, okay, where's the community supporting this? What are they building? What's going on? And there's not much. Like BTC obviously got its diehards, ETH's got the ETH bros, and that for everyone being so bearish on ETH this cycle, that's probably the one that will do the best out of all of this. Like it's getting major adoption. All the L2s are coming on it. All large companies are going to build on it. They're not going to do that on Solana, and it's still performed pretty shit. So I think it's more of a timing thing. Like you can't say that there hasn't been stuff built and there hasn't been more adoption on ETH over this period. So I think it's just a capital issue, liquidity issue.
Yeah. Look, I mean, here's $1.1 billion moved on chain onto Ethereum in the last 24 hours.
Yep.
So, you know, the stablecoin guys, I think Wall Street has chosen Ethereum. I think.
Oh, hell yeah. Why would you go? Yeah. Why would you go for something like Solana, which there's a few core people that arguably control a lot of the supply. It's more centralized. The time hasn't got the time behind it in terms of security and proven.
The Lindy effect, I think, is the biggest one. Is that, you know, say Ethereum's been around since 2015. It's been proven, and it's so because of its age, and it doesn't go down like Solana does, you know, so often. And there's the sequencer risk, right? Like when you've got that centralized sequencer thing.
Wow, so. I think ETH carries that as well now. So what I mean by that is they put out the guys from Bankless put out some figure where ETH had this massive TPS. But what they were doing is they were saying, it's not just the base layer we're counting, we're including the TPS of all the L2s as well. Yeah, I'm not sure it works like that. So they're saying, we're scaled and we've got the throughput, but you lose the decentralization if you do that.
Yes, and that is a problem. But if the Wall Street guys are going to tokenize these stocks, they probably need to use L2s, right? Because if there's that much trading volume, it would just crank the gas up on the mainnet on Ethereum. So I think maybe they do need to have.
Oh no, I'm not. Yeah, that was just a comment on how they were fudging the figures and trying to, I guess, bait the Solana boys. But yeah, like in terms of everything that's happened on ETH, I think it's. I think we all recognise this. It's way underperformed for what it should have done, given what's on there now. My general, I guess, rounding all that up, what I was saying was a lot of good stuff's happened. PulseChain's got an awesome community, way better than a lot of other chains and projects I've seen. And I think, just a different sort of market we're in now.
Yeah, look,
I don't even know if you can use the TA that people used to anymore.
Yeah, it's a bit of crunch time really for Ethereum. I think it really needs to pull its finger out. It hadn't closed the week below the 20 MA, and it was still looking a little bit like it was going to bounce, and then it just literally just shat the bed. So now it's bounced off this. Oh no, it hasn't even. That just happens to be this time zone. So it hasn't closed below the 50, and I guess it hasn't closed. This candle hasn't closed at all, so we'll have to wait and see for Monday. But you can see, like BTC, if that closes below the 50, I think that's turbo bearish.
But what if that gets up to, I think is it 105 or 115 or something, wasn't it? I think maybe 115. That 115 turns that in. So you can basically engulf that previous red candle at what price?
That's 110. Yeah, 110.
So if you go up, you go up to the top of that little red candle there, that one. Next one up.
Oh, up to here.
Yeah.
That's 115. Yeah.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Is that possible to do? If you do that, if that happens, that changes the look of that chart entirely.
Yeah, but so I was talking about this 2 weeks ago, right? Where how we had this liquidation event where, because of the cross collateralization, the cross leveraging that all these perp exchanges had, people were taking profits and then using that profits to put into more leverage longs and things like that. And then so when these wicks came down and it just cascaded everyone's longs, and it forced the sells. There was also the people that had shorts that they were forced to close out to cover the positions and things like that. So there was basically a big shit show with that whole liquidation cascade. That, in theory, if we were in a bull market, if you believe some of the previous rhetoric, that should have had a pretty big V-shaped recovery if it was in a hyper bull phase of the cycle, if we were to believe that. And it didn't, right? So then not only did it make a lower like it didn't carry this didn't do a V-shaped recovery from this wick, it made a lower low. And then so at this point it was like, holy shit, this could be something significant. And then we started making little higher highs, and I was thinking, oh, we've got a sniff here. And then it just died. And I was like, well, if the bulls really wanted to turn this around, like that was their chance. And then they didn't. And I was like, oh, this is just depressing now. So
we got hit with a whammy though, didn't we? Because you had the debacle on Binance, where things depegged and that just smashed everyone. And then we had, it wasn't just crypto, it was everything the other day, that like across the board on the TradFi as well. That all got hammered the other day, dragged us down. So
look, I think the S&P is still looking good. That doesn't show any sign of any crashes. Still above the 10-week moving average in price, and they're stacked, the 10, the 20, the 50, the 200. Look how stacked they are. Compare that to Bitcoin, where we're about to cross over, right? and then close below, like prices. This is entering a downtrend. If you look at it from a technical point of view, and then so if you look at things like total 2, like if you exclude Bitcoin, this was resistance, previous resistance at 1.6 trillion or whatever. It bounced, like it got rejected, came back up, kind of got rejected again. And if you look at the MACD, like every time you get these crossovers, you get, you know, let's say, just take it from here, like here's a crossover, and then to the next crossover, like you're talking like 25 weeks, like just like 6 months, right? And then look, it's done it again here. This is 16 weeks. So then we've just seen another crossover on total 2 with the MACD like here. So like the bear case is like this could go till, it could go down to like maybe even, you know, March next year or something minimum. Or you can take the other side of it and just say, don't worry about alt season. We care about pulse season, and what's RH cooking up. I mean, he did do that tweet, right? Like where he said he doesn't care about alt season. He cares about our season.
Like he was probably waiting for the top, and so if that was the top, as limp as it was, maybe maybe we get a pulse season.
Good point. If that's the top, as limp as it was, does he rotate? You know,
yeah.
It's.
So I didn't see what you guys were talking about before. Did you cover the whole RH tweet and what it means? And
a little bit.
So we didn't go into.
You have the details.
Speculation.
This is the one where he says, "I don't give a fuck about alt season. I give a fuck about our season." So that's what we were referring. But look, he also did this chart art thing when he was suggesting that Ethereum might also be going, you know, up to like 9K or something like that in Q1 of 2026. So either, you know, RH is wrong and we're not going to see this ETH blow up and it's actually going to go down, or he's right. And he's been right a lot in the past. I don't know what this means when he did this tweet, best bull market ever.
I think he was taking the piss, wasn't he?
I think that's what we call sarcasm.
Yeah.
I get the sarcasm, but I just mean, like, does he saying, you know, I mean, this is a sentiment change for me when you start seeing this stuff close below the 50-week moving average. I know Ben Copen has got this thing where it's like, if it closes below the 50-week, see you in 12 months. So I don't know. Anyway, Richard is suggesting that a new project that he may or may not have anything to do with is launching, and that the details are within 24 hours. So he's excited. Maybe we should be excited. What do you think? Are we tapped out? Like, are we numb to any kind of dopamine at this point? Is there any excitement, less like juice left in the tank?
I think there is. People are talking about it all day today, right? Like there was like spaces running with like 300 people in them on X, like since the thing started, since he dropped that tweet. So I bet you there's still spaces running.
I've seen some speculation. Obviously, wallet is the one that comes to mind for me.
Yeah,
he did suggest that he might be making a wallet at some point, and you know, because we're being gatekept by Rabbi and a few others, that would make sense. PulseX V3. I mean,
you would need something more than just a wallet, though, wouldn't you? Like, it would have to have something special about it, surely.
Well, privacy features at the moment are huge. Like, you know, you're talking about Zcash.
Yep. Yeah. If it had privacy inbuilt, okay, yeah, that's cool.
There seems to be a bit of a push towards privacy features.
Because like Rabbi did their whole shebang with, for no reason at all, not supporting PulseChain anymore. When they did, they just decided not to, which was probably more effort to disconnect it all than like to just keep it, right? And so You know,
and to,
MetaMask
like,
is just
block.
trash.
And
Internet
to
money
also,
is
sorry to interrupt,
fantastic. So
but like
I
they
wouldn't
blocked
want.
Hexo as well. Like when he brought it up, like they muted his comment and shit. Like that's poor form.
Because he ratioed him again.
Yeah, with a rock.
Yeah, he totally did.
Yeah, with a rock. But like, I agree with what you're saying, base rating. Like, it's more effort for Rabby to go out of their way to do that than to just let it go. And
literally, it was no effort or coding on their end to just, when the update happens, it is the same as what it was. But they literally like hard coded a disconnect into it. It was like, come on, you just paid dev time to make your wallet worse.
And to get lit up on X.
Lit up. Not happy, Jan.
Yeah. And for us to just trash their rating on whatever it was. That rating
couldn't have been worthwhile. Like they went from like a rating of like 4 something to like 1 something, like out of 5 on like almost every platform that you could possibly rate things on.
Just some
well, don't fuck with the hexagons, like basically,
No.
like otherwise, like expect some wrath.
Yeah,
I feel like it goes both ways, right? Like
they kind of not thought that wasn't going to happen. Like, come on.
Well, we have one of the most active communities, so people try and
very cultish.
Yeah. And so people, engagement farm us for their own, and you've got to be careful. Like there's some new guys coming out now doing the engagement farming, and then it's like, just wait for them to launch a token, like 3, 2, 1.
I don't even think they need to launch tokens now. They just get paid for shilling other people's stuff.
That's it.
Well, there you go. So we're a bit like wise to that. I don't feel like we're going to fall for some of that stuff, but yeah, they got to be careful because you start to gatekeep us, then we're going to light you up. So I can't see how it's in their favor. I mean, but MetaMask is pretty trash, like in terms of the wallet experience. Internet money's good. That's about the
like
saving
logs
grace.
Everything too.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, internet money doesn't store any logs.
No, so I meant MetaMask. I meant MetaMask.
Yeah.
When I was
saying I know what you mean. Yep.
Internet money is fantastic, wonderful.
Yeah. And so V3 would be good on PulseX. I'm not sure that would drive like massive hype though.
I wouldn't think
bridge. So. I don't think we really need a new bridge. Like Liberty Swap
is
awesome.
Could if it had like some sort of token twist with it, right? Like it was just V3 with nothing else, but if it was V3 and
just
a portion burn ink, a portion burn PulseX, or there was a new token associated, like there'd be hype.
Okay, 2 criticisms. Do we need more tokens? For one,
probably not.
Like, okay, at this point, we're spreading our, purchasing power already, and we need to focus it maybe. So a new token, I'm not sure that's what the IH, suite needs. If you've got V3, maybe people can put up sell walls. Maybe he preferred V2 for a reason.
He did, yeah.
So that would be my things. And then what was the other one? So, so a sacrifice. So say you have a new token, right? Or even like a wallet token. You can only do that in a bull market when people are in profit, right? You can't do that when everyone's wrecked. Like no one's going to, maybe you can.
If you're RH, you could. If you're RH, you could, but should he?
But you get a fraction of what you would.
Yeah.
You might get a fraction in dollar values, but if in terms of token count, you might get a large token count, right? Which of course takes the market. And then if you're planning on pumping the price and you've removed X% of count of the tokens off the market, it would be X% easier to pump the price.
It waters down Hex's like crown jewel mentality, though. I think.
Yeah.
Someone said privacy bridge.
That would be nice.
Yes.
Liberty Swap is talking about that already, though. It seems redundant. However, Pump.Tires was also redundant. The 9-inch team did it first with an almost identical product.
True, but it didn't burn PLS with every coin
it
being
didn't,
made,
but
right?
it was still pretty beneficial to the community compared to.
I was thinking of doing one before everyone, but then I was like, they're deving on one, And then I was like, I'm going to get beaten to the punchline.
And I'm already in my pajamas.
Yeah, that's it. I was in my pajamas the whole time, but like,
hey, it's hot today.
The work happens in pajamas.
That's awesome. The privacy thing I want to talk about, but the thing that just tweaked in my mind when you said we could, yes, they won't get a lot of sacrifice funds if someone, you know, RH did a sacrifice for a wallet in terms of dollars, but you might get it in terms of points. And so I thought that was
a terrible idea.
Well, see, that was the game plan in the previous top, right? Because maybe there wasn't enough liquidity to actually for everyone to exit. But here's a way of parking your funds in point form and then riding out like a bear market, right?
Oh,
and then maybe that money
like
gets given back to you when the prices have gone down 99%. It's like, well, that's not bullish. That's like implying it is the top. You know,
it's like an insurance policy of like, we're gonna dip 90, so hold on to your beverages.
I don't think we're gonna see another sacrifice. Like, there's too much scrutiny.
He got too much
blowback. Once a lifetime thing, you know, where we're able to get away with doing sacrifices.
You would get a lot of blowback.
What an opportunity that was. No, but I guess, you know, if you had sacrificed Hex and then you got dollar terms and then you saved yourself getting wrecked 99%. But people who sacked dollars, you know, you could now just buy the tokens much cheaper than if you had sacrifice. So
I have an idea that
think people are a bit sour on that. Sorry, go ahead.
So, like, we don't like the idea of a new token because it dilutes the current tokens, right? And so on and so forth. But just like I'm planning with the Vault 369 protocol, where there's a token launched on pump tires, I'm going to insert that into a utility protocol. You know, I talked to my devs and they said, like, yes, you can take the contract number, you can insert it into a protocol. RH could do that with one of the established core tokens in something new that was launched. So there could be a new project, same token, additional utility, completely possible, right? Like he could launch, and I'm just gonna, you know, scroll out some protocols. But he could launch like an Aave fork, right? A compound fork, whatever he wants, and declare Hex Pulse Inc. as the protocol token, and just have the contract. Have the devs put the contract number in and be like, yeah, you stake your ink in this Aave fork to get a portion of the fees, right? It's totally doable, and it would kind of solve both sides of like, here's something new and exciting, and here's a token. Oh yeah, some of you own it already, and it'll earn you over here, right?
It would be cool. There was supposed to be utility to PulseX, I think, right? Back in the day, it was like a DAO.
A DAO function in the code, in theory.
I don't think a DAO would be great for an RH product, but yeah.
Well, only if you could vote on. Only if you could vote on the farms, because I think people would be keen to put in like different farm pairs, like RH Pepe farm or you know, whatever.
It's like official
Trump
supported
farm.
Yeah.
And people might be like, you know, wanting to vote on what could get included in the farms. So
the vote has to be worth money. It can't be about, you know, like something you know, silly. It has to be directly connected to money, or nobody cares.
I mean, you could vote on whether the MasterChef contracts pay out more, like the multiplier, right? Like the
but then you'd always want that to go down.
Emission rates on the table, right? Like those are the controls. It has emission rate, and then the multiplier, like how much of the daily emissions go to each of the farms, and then the third thing is what gets to be a farm. Like, but all those things are worth a lot of money.
Yeah, so you could vote on that, and let's not shit ourselves. If the token used to cast the vote, you know, chances are that OA is going to have the largest supply of it, so they could always swing the vote whichever way they want anyway. So, I just wanted to bring up
the illusion of control.
Yeah, that's all we've got. We never had control. It's all the illusion of control, isn't it?
That's it.
So this repost
we
to show the
demolished
power of
Rabby.
PulseChain. Yeah, this is when we demolished Rabby. So check out this post. Retweet it if you can. This is like a warning, like shots fired. You know,
It was
Rabby.
just not. It wasn't a sound business decision. It was just virtue signaling at a huge, great cost to the company. It was silly. It was silly. Like, it was silly.
Mm. Oh, while you're talking about the Vault 369 thing, Fast Abdul, do you want to get people to, if you're going to do the giveaway, get them to say like a word or something, so they put it in the chat. We can come back to it and then run the giveaway thing.
Yeah, let's just get them to put Vault in the chat, which I will do
So hang
now.
on.
Let
me. I think
Does
I've
that
got this
work?
giveaway tool here.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
So what's it going to be? It's going to be like hashtag Vault. Did you say?
Or can it just be Vault? Does it have to be hashtag?
I don't know. I don't think you need. I don't think you need to put the.
Everyone's chucking it in.
I think you can just put Vault. But for me,
should be fine. It's not a word that comes up in conversation a lot. It should be specific enough.
All right, I won't run it yet because we'll give them time to put the comments in. So to run that thing.
That's great.
What about you, Jexel? What's been going on with Vouch, mate? How's that going?
Yeah, just been busy in the background. We're getting ready. We brought forward phase 3 a little bit just to introduce the staking contracts. So very similar to what you guys were just talking about in terms of you'll be able to elect which pairs go up and set emission rates and things like that. Obviously, at the onset, that won't be the case, but in the future, the DAO will manage all of that side of things. But yeah, we're just sort of looking to unify the people that are staking Pulse at the moment. So when they stake their Pulse, they get their V Pulse.
Right.
We want to give them an option to earn vouch tokens as well, so they can actually stake their V Pulse tokens and get some vouch. So we've been working on that for the past probably 3 months now. And that's looking pretty good. Just coming out of audit. We've fixed any niggles that were found in audit and retested.
Okay.
So we're pretty close to. We'll do a soft launch in the next week or so, and then we're going to.
That brings me just a quick thing. Sorry, just reminded me. We had the balancer hack during the week as well. So and that was audited up the wazoo, but then someone just found some weird things and then vibe coded it with ChatGPT and just extracted like $1 billion or whatever it was. Maybe not that much.
I got $120 million was the number. So like in crypto standards, it wasn't the biggest,
only 100 million.
Not a bad day's work, but yeah.
I remember it was like 20 mil, and then they're like, oh wait, no, 50 mil, or probably more like 70, and then it's funny that it's landed.
And it wasn't just Balancer; they were going through forks of Balancer as well, right? Which was a particular interest to me. Like we have 2 forks of Balancer on the Pulse chain, so I was up till 5 a.m. that night, and I know a lot of other people were too, checking it out. And Pulse chain marked safe is the conclusion, but it wasn't like. When it first started happening, it wasn't clear that it was safe until, devs from several teams managed to drill down and figure out that the type of pools that were being exploited were not present on PulseChain, and it wasn't possible.
Awesome. No, I'm glad you clarified that because I know Tide was a fork of Balancer V3, and then so it wasn't affected, but Fux, I think, was a fork of V2, and then it was like, oh, maybe we should pull your liquidity. Let's see what's going on. And then it sounded like, those type of pools weren't affected. So good news, as far as I know. But it does show you that there is
pool was left out on purpose by the Fux team because their dev told them this is kind of sketchy. This could be exploited, and so they didn't even put on the codes on day one when they launched. It was safe, right? But it was. We didn't know that in the first 15 minutes of the news, right? So it was a great relief.
And I don't think it ever. You never want to be cocky about your position, and we're good over here, we're all safe over here because shit can happen, and you just don't know when or how or why. So that's the nature of DeFi and dealing with contracts and things. So I think you never get too comfortable with that sort of stuff. Like you've always got to be.
No, it's harrowing. Just like scary.
But, you were saying, Jexa, about some of these changes. So are you saying that you're about to launch a different phase with Voucher?
So it's another couple of smart contracts which build on the existing ecosystem, but bring in the staking. So it uses a Master Chef contract that's been used multiple times. So you never sort of usually create this stuff from scratch. There's some stuff we've done from scratch with Vouch, but where you can leverage off of things that have been tried and tested, you do that and you just tweak them to suit your needs. So that's what we've done with this contract. But every time you make any sort of changes to it, you've got to go get it audited. Just double check that what you're doing is not introducing any bugs. So
awesome.
So hopefully, like I said, that'll be soft launch where we'll get it all up and running on mainnet, which we've already had 5 times already in the background, just testing it. But after audit and reassessment, then we'll launch it again, and just the team and the devs will tinker with it, make sure we're happy, and then we'll push it out.
Awesome.
But it gives us the chance to tweak a few things on our protocol as well, and hopefully, improve some of the arbitrage opportunities that they can capture.
Awesome, that's cool. Yes, you can buy Vault on PulseX. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's the main liquidity is burnt against Pulse, so that's where.
Yeah, and it was launched on Pump Tires, so
that's right.
It should have escalated to those pools. So should we do that giveaway thing? Because I think a few people, I'm only just catching up with the chat, but it looks like a few people have put Vault in. But last chance, people, if you want to enter this giveaway,
in the chat, guys, just the way
Vault
I just
in
did.
The chat. Oh man, there's so many comments here. But so I'll just quickly go through while we're waiting the last.
So you've got a tool that auto selects, have you?
Yeah, it's just the StreamYard thing. So should we do it now? Yeah, I think people.
It's gonna get fast, isn't it?
You reckon? Oh, we'll just run it.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
It's like, thank you, me. He actually sends it to his own wallet, and it just does a little loop.
Is it running yet?
No, not yet. I'll exclude winners. So if it does hit Fast Abdul, I'll just run.
I'll put mine in, but I won't take it.
Let's run it again.
All right, here we go. There's 11 entries apparently. Only 11. I mean, maybe we've only got 11 people watching.
Guys, rookie numbers.
Is it cap sensitive?
Last chance. I don't know. Just do both, right? If people maybe just do all capitals.
I don't think it'll be cap sensitive.
I don't think so. I mean, I didn't put hashtag, so
we'll find out if it selects someone with a lowercase. Oh, it's thinking.
I'm victorious.
We live in a simulation.
You did it.
We actually live in a simulation.
You literally did it.
Well, thanks for showing up, guys.
Well done. Look, I'd like to think
not rigged at all. Yeah, you won it. Okay, let's just draw again.
Maybe we could run that again.
Yeah.
Okay.
If this is a double 2 for 2, that would be gold.
No, I clicked the box that said exclude previous winners.
Right.
Hey, Spark Driver. There you go. He's been around.
It was an inside job.
He's been at the gym. So soon he'll be Slim Jim Spark Driver.
Slim Jim.
Park Driver. Probably Park
Swole Driver. Spark Driver.
Swole Park Driver. So yes, contact at Fast Abdul.
Yeah, just like you see on the screen here.
Wallet address. Maybe
better if I could have his Twitter name, perhaps.
Yes, please. Obese Spark Driver. Put that in the chat. Put your Twitter handle. so that we can confirm for the winner. That's pretty funny. Yeah, so there you go. Congratulations. OX wallet is great. That's a good point.
I haven't tried that one. I know the exchange, but there was another thing where they like supported Pulse first. They were the first. Was that OKX?
True. It was.
And then they just dumped it. They like, no, we're getting out. Like,
oh, that was on the SEC news.
Oh, that was their listing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Their wallet's actually pretty usable. It's everything's got a few little. The only thing you got to be careful of is, I think they must take a fee from your gas somehow.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
I'll give it a go.
Look, it's pretty good.
It's not much. Still... Like I just notice if I've got like a burner wallet that's got very little gas in it, and I use their RPC, I'll get a return saying you haven't got enough gas, even though I've set it all in. Yeah. But and then if you go use a custom one, you can get it through. So I think they're clipping a little bit.
It could also be a problem in the gas estimations. I know that.
Yeah, it's actually not easy to do those estimations.
But this is even if you force it yourself, though. Like you know how much it's going to cost, and you change it manually, and it still says that it's
Yeah. No, I get it. I should point out that as much as we trash Rabby, you can still use it. Like if you do a custom network settings and you're willing to add the contract addresses and just use the custom network, it still works. Like there's actually no problem. Yep. But it's more just on principle. Like fuck those guys.
I didn't know that. I gave a custom RPC a go and it was having like an issue. So maybe that's mine.
Oh no, I haven't had any problems using.
Right on. No, that's cool.
Yeah, I still used it. I just bad.
Yeah, I know. I hate it. I just hate it. But like, no.
So I'm not. It's not like my daily driver. I've got one browser that's got it in there, but it's just one thing that I use it for, and it's.
Yeah. No, I do like it. It's just aesthetically, it was a good design. Happy days, and it's sad to see it go because I use PulseChain all the time, and I do use Ethereum too. But
sure.
Yeah.
Look, I've used Brave Wallet. That's actually not.
Yeah, the built-in to the browser one. It's a bit like MetaMask, isn't it? Just a fork of MetaMask.
It seems a little bit different, but it could be.
Right. I haven't used it in years. That one I used a long time ago.
So the UI is a bit different, but it seems all right. I mean, if you're using hardware,
Rabby and Internet Money are so much better than MetaMask. Like it's just smoother in general.
Yeah.
Even Rabby downgraded is better on PulseChain. Is still better than MetaMask.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Everything is better than MetaMask for the most part.
Way less.
I think MetaMask screwed the pooch. They could have had like a
leadership. They could have had market.
Well, no, but even in terms of like their mask token or whatever they were going to do, like if they had dropped that when they should have last cycle instead of holding off, and they could have done some pretty cool things, but they
log their RPC stuff, and there's a lot of logging they do. And it's just like,
I'm sure all of them do.
You can
they all do, right? I'm sure, but like I know just how pervasive MetaMask does that, and so.
I mean, if you're using a VPN, probably not such a big deal, but still.
Yeah, I think VPN is not the silver bullet people think it is, but. That's
okay.
What are you talking about? VPN protects you from absolutely everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
VPN
I just pay my taxes. It's easier just to pay your taxes.
Well, yeah, true. But like even in paying taxes, they don't quite understand how it all works. It's troublesome. It's problematic.
Yes.
So like, you know what I mean? Like even if you're trying to dot the T's and cross the I's,
yes,
it still can be problematic.
Look, let's not shoot ourselves. It's not like we're claiming massive capital gains. Like
no,
they're capital losses.
I got some losses to
I got some massive capital losses, but
it's ATO.
So it's not a big problem so far.
We're a red city, according to the ATO.
So yeah, I don't think that's the thing when it comes to taxes. It's like, joke's on you. You worried that we're not paying taxes? Well, we've got wicked losses, so we're willing to show you exactly how much we've lost
all my income.
because we want to use that for offsetting our future gains.
That's it.
So this was an interesting comment. I haven't seen 4Beach before. He can rotate the Tornado SAC funds into his new token, maybe. I don't think that would happen, because if that was the case, then all the other tokens would dump and people would just go into this new token, right? If that was the only one that was going up, it would.
Yeah, I was scared of that too. If he launches a new token, that it would dump all the other tokens, which would be less good.
I don't think that doesn't make sense. Like from a game theory point of view, if you pumped that, then everyone would just rotate into that one. So
you would, if you were wanting to be clever, you would launch something that you could put those funds to use in without having to blow them.
Yeah,
I don't know what that looks like, but that would.
Yeah, maybe you could borrow against them, like some sort of fork.
Yeah, not sure.
An NFT thing. He did talk about tokenizing the diamond, right? Remember the world's largest diamond, and he was going to NFT and because
does that mean you can settle on it and get your own little chunk of it? Or?
He was like each facet. He's gonna each facet would be an NFT, but I think that the world is over these aesthetic NFTs. No one cares.
I think that's a bull market thing, like the ether rocks where people were just wash trading,
bull market thing.
100 ether for a picture of a rock.
I don't know. I saw a hexologist post. He seemed to think that was going to be the thing. It was going to be the tokenized NFT diamond.
I mean, RH talked about forking OpenSea when OpenSea and NFTs were a thing. So maybe that's possible.
We did get our NFT marketplace. The one that
we have multiple. One dominant one called Pulse Market that does 99% of the business, and then we have Mintra.
Okay. Whatever happened to Mintra? Yeah.
It has a nice website.
Okay, cool. I remember that right at the start. At the start. Like I think there might have even been a SAC for that one.
Mintra?
$10 million.
Yeah. Look,
I actually didn't realize there was that much money went into that one.
It did. Yeah. And for $10 million, it's a pretty website, but 90% plus of the traffic goes through Pulse Market, which was launched for free.
Okay, let me just quickly bring this up. So, because can anyone please confirm this is? Yeah, I think we have confirmed that you can. It's literally this token address.
Yes, you can find it on PTS
6A22, and it literally is on PulseX V1. So I feel like we have answered that. But yeah, Pateus is probably the go. But so one thing is, I think you've got it, because I know people are sour about the SACs, and I kind of get it, right? Like a lot of people sacked, like even me, the liquid loans thing, I sacked for that and got absolutely wrecked. And I was like, what the hell? I think that could have been handled better, like in terms of like the liquidity that they provided on launch. And I know, Jexa sort of jumped ship with those guys, because I think maybe there might have been some writing. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think
there's more to it than that. There was a lot more to it than that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I won't make disparaging comments, but that I think there's a lot of people that were a bit disappointed in some of these sacks, right? But Gerardo made Mintra.ai. I did sack for that, and I immediately dumped as soon as it came out. So apologies to anyone, but I just had zero faith in the sack process at that point. But so someone called out Gerardo recently for like saying, oh, had a cry or whatever. And he did a really interesting follow-up and basically said, I'll have to see if I can find it in his replies. But he basically said like he kind of got stitched as well. And he trusted some guys. Oh man, let me see if I can find this. Oh, here it is. So Eva on Hex By the way, I don't believe you're a woman. But anyway, maybe you are. Said Mintra team got 10 million SAC, only have 1K of liquidity. And then so Gerardo said, well, good morning to you too. The truth is my dev team and I have made the best NFT DApp on PulseChain, royalty-free, free rewards, UX that doesn't suck. Truth is I was naive to trust these founders. So he threw these founders under the bus, and a third guy who deleted his account, shocker. He doesn't want to be the fall guy for 3 greedy old men. It's pretty scathing.
So he's saying somebody else took the money or what?
Yeah, so he was maybe the face of it, and I think he has actually made a lot of Gerardo seems like a nice guy, and he seems pretty honest. I mean, he made a lot
into RH.com, I think, and he does other little community projects, and he's an active poster and general supporter. So I'll give him that.
So he made look into Hex, Mintra, Lightbeam. Lightbeam was that whole thing. Look into RH, Cypherus. I mean, I don't know him. I've never met him, but he seems like a good actor.
He's a pretty OG. He was from way back.
So we've got to be careful not to throw some of these guys under the bus, because I think Gerardo's still an asset to the community, and maybe he got led astray by some people who were trying to take advantage of his following.
It can happen to the best of us.
So yeah, but I look, the NFT stuff on Pulse is pretty wrecked. Hopefully it can come good. Is Mintra still the best, or what's the best NFT marketplace now?
Mintra is the prettiest, but Pulse Market does not 90% of the business goes through Pulse Market.
Yeah, I heard you say that, but that's crazy.
PulseMarket.app.
Yeah, I've got it here. The slime whale stuff. That's funny. Yeah, look,
Yacht Club,
I'm excited.
And stuff like
I like the Bored Ape, like the forks, like the PulseChain forks of the Bored Ape.
Yeah, they are the original copies, right?
So they're the legit ones that they were forked over, I think.
Has people been moving them?
They sold for up to $1,500 a piece.
That's pretty cool.
Look, I had grand plans to try and snaffle some of these on launch, and I was told by everyone under the sun that it was not possible. And I was like, I don't know, because some of them would have been for sale at the time of the fork, but someone I think was more clever than I and was able to do that. But still,
no, I couldn't figure it out. OpenSea is weirdly OpenSea is a bit odd.
Yeah, it's hugely complicated.
Pretty hard on the back end to deal with. But there were other places where guys got them. There were lending protocols where you could get loans against your Bored Ape Yacht Clubs.
Yes, that's what I figured out.
Oh, okay. You're on the same page. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that out because I had a look and I was like, how? Because I don't think it was the Bored Ape Yacht Club owners. Well, so I didn't think that the original owners had actually gone onto PulseChain and were putting them for sale. I was like, hang on, this doesn't seem likely. And then I looked into it and I was like, oh, hang on. And then it looked like they were using them as loan protocol. There was some loan protocol thing. And then, like you say, maybe they were liquidating them because that got forked as well. And that's how they were getting them. So anyway, tip of the hat to you, sir, whoever did it. I tried to do it, but I couldn't figure it out. So anyway, where was I going with this?
So we've got Temu Bored Apes.
Yes, we've got Temu Bored Apes.
But they're Temu.
Cool.
I mean, the only problem with NFTs, right, is when those AWS servers went down.
Yeah, and the image didn't work.
All the images went down.
Yeah,
and
it was just an AWS loading.
Not on PulseChain, but on Ethereum and whatever. Some of the
you'd think they cached them if they were valuable. No,
where is the blockchain? Where is your NFT stored? If
you just right click it and save as and set it as your desktop background, then you have it. It's yours.
Let's right click that shit, bro.
Right click.
Don't be bothered.
I have it now. What are you going to do about it? I made 2 copies on my desktop.
Just one to back it up.
Just one, yeah.
So this is interesting. Last cycle, NFTs were one of the, I guess, vehicles for speculation that kind of blew off the top.
It was silly, though.
We haven't seen that really this cycle. I feel like we need something.
That's not true. That was the whole pump.fun malarkey.
Oh, you think that was it? That was the blow off. That was the retail blow off.
That was the equivalent.
That was like last year, though. That was
yeah,
sort of November, December.
Oh yeah,
last year.
definitely haven't said. Oh, whether or not that's a top or not, I don't know. But that was the equivalent in terms of mania over stupid shit.
True.
So we've had that silly mania, and we've had liquidation blow-ups, which are usually when you get to the end of a cycle when everyone's super long and all leveraged up. That's when you see those sorts of things. But I just maybe I think we had a couple of those events along the way. Like we had DeFi summer, then we had NFT. Sort of came through on the end of it. Maybe we've had phase 1 of all of that. We'll yet to see the next thing come through.
Look, there's a lot of conflicting stuff going on. I mean, one side of the coin, I think if we break this BTC weekly below the 50-week moving average, like that's turbo bearish. But then you've got all this, what if the QT stops in December 1st and there's rate cuts and liquidity?
I don't think you can look at it all in isolation. You can't just look at a chart now and think that's going to tell the whole story.
Yeah, but that kind of sucks, man. Like if you like, I think someone commented that, our charts always suck or whatever, but it's like, at what point are we no longer looking at the charts and just sort of just hoping for like faith that this is going to go up rather than looking at the
no, but you're looking at you're not just looking at charts, you're looking at other data. Like you're not getting rid of that scientific approach. You're just using different metrics. Like it's not purely just traders on a chart now. There's way more to it. So I think you just got to start assessing things a little bit differently. That's just and that's actually a sign of maturity in the market as well. It's not just like there's a lot of speculation, but
celebrity
we are.
Yeah,
there's always going to be all that sort of shit. But in terms of like major cycles, like you can have all that speculation in the middle, but it's the major cycles are going to ebb and flow with the rest of the economy, even more so now. So I think even what's his name? Plan B. He was trying to still come out and make all of his charts still relevant the other day.
Oh, come on, bro!
That's blown out of the water.
That ship has sailed. Like, when you make concrete predictions, you got to be careful. I mean, I'm always hesitant. I sort of say, well, I present this case, and then I present this case, and I sort of say, well, you guys figure it out. You make up your mind, and then when things change in the next couple of weeks, you need to think about the things that we talked about and then react accordingly. But some of these guys, Plan B, they say it will do this, and then it will do that, and then this will happen, and it's like when it doesn't, you just look foolish, right?
So I think from a price standpoint, his thing still, you could argue it still stacks up, but it's the timing thing because his thing was always linked to the halving events. So I think that's where he's come unstuck.
I'm sort of leaning away from that now, like because 43 and I talked about this last time, and it's a bit weird to kind of make inferences based on a data set of like 2 cycles. You've got like 2 data points, maybe 3 data points, and we're like we're inferring like a trend or a pattern, and we're saying, well, therefore it should happen in exactly this many days.
Exactly. So that's exactly what, when you were looking at your chart a minute ago, that's where I think you're referring to touch points that happened twice before, because that's all the data we've got.
True, fair point. So that's valid, but at least that's a moving average, right? So we're talking about if you're going to quantify an uptrend or a downtrend, mathematically, you can say that in the 10 weeks prior, the price is higher than the previous 10 weeks. It's above the 10-week moving average, or the price is above the previous 20 weeks. That's like an empirical like measurement. Whereas if you're talking about time, you're just saying it's almost like astrology, where you're kind of going, it's this month of the year, and I'm an Aquarius, so therefore.
No, so I totally agree with your comment, where you can determine averages, and yes, we're in a downtrend because we can see that the data is showing we're heading down. So I totally agree that you can do that. You can look at a chart and it gives you that, but a chart doesn't predict the future.
Well, there's certainly things that the chart cannot show. There are things that happen behind the scenes that the chart can't reflect. It can reflect the buy volume versus sell volume, and that's about it. But it
can predict history.
That's right.
So it's an indicator of what historically has happened, and that's why when everyone says, "Oh, when we want to figure out what's going to happen next, look left," but all you're doing is just looking at historical data. It doesn't take into effect current circumstances and what's going on. So many things can change that just the chart can't be aware of.
Yeah, so then you basically have to zoom out and just say, if you hold scarce assets that can't be printed out of thin air over long time periods, then you probably be okay. Or you can speculate on, front run a narrative that might become more ubiquitous in the future. So there was actually an interesting video I've got here, which is it was Arthur Hayes. He was talking about Zcash, right? And maybe I want to talk about the privacy aspect in a second, but he does talk about, so I'm not shilling Zcash. I don't own any Zcash, but I feel like this kind of applies to, like, the sentiment applies to PulseChain in a sense. So I'll just play this.
Only 2 brokers would quote me Zcash out of 8. So it's not easy to buy this shit yet. But I think that if the price is high enough, then people understand and believe in the narrative, then okay, well, I can buy it on one of these decentralized exchanges, and that'll be how you really get access to and that's how you should get access to Zcash. It's just like how Bitcoin was back then. Of course, there wasn't decentralized exchanges, but it wasn't easy, and you had to believe in a future that doesn't really make a lot of sense right now. But that's how you make 1,000x.
Yeah.
If you want to make real money, then you got to take the fucking risk. So again, this is not a slam dunk by any means, but I like the asymmetry in the trade.
Yeah, I liked that when he was saying that, because I was thinking, it's true, isn't it? You're almost speculating on a future that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
And that's so
Zcash has been around a long time, though.
Yeah, it's been around a long time. And it's not like it hasn't been done before with like Monero. If I was going to choose between either,
you have
I'm not
to
talking
enable
about
the
Zcash.
privacy, right? In Zcash,
Okay.
It's not like by default, I don't think. But
Sure.
like Monero, it has a utility that many other do not. And
yes, but my point was that I'm using it as an analogy to be like,
yes,
remember when Gold Karen and that was sort of saying, oh, how's anyone going to find hex on PulseChain because it's too hard, you can't bridge, and wah. And then it's like, okay, well, maybe. Or maybe when the price goes up high enough, people will find a way, right? Like, if you really want it, then you will find a way. And then in the future, when it is more ubiquitous and you can buy it on dexes anywhere, then people will be buying phex, and it won't be so. I was just using that as an example, like of you're speculating on a future that doesn't exist. That's how you make asymmetric upside.
it's interesting about the whole Zcash thing now. So it went up, what, does it go up like 4 or 6x or something? Is that what it's done?
Yeah, it went up, but it was like no one could have predicted that it was going to go.
Yeah, okay. So now, that's just done that. Are you going to figure out how to use Zcash now?
I was thinking about it, but I haven't. No.
But no. So what stopped you from just not doing it? Why didn't you just invest the time now?
I went to a Metallica concert last weekend. And it was pretty
that wasn't the answer I was expecting, but yeah.
It was a bit dusty after that
I've got a jiu-jitsu competition coming up, and I'm training to get my black belt in another martial arts.
Oh wow!
So I'm like, I've got some shit going on. I really need to sit down at a computer and spend some more time doing some crypto stuff.
Okay,
but
my answer wasn't that deep. Mine was it's just done a 6x. Am I going to go chase that? So, and I think a lot of people, like, if it's just exploded that first time around, you go, oh yeah, that's cool. It's brought attention now, but I'm not going to go chase it because it's just done a 6x. It's going to be like another pump. Oh, it's just another 6x. Oh shit! I now start.
Yeah, I guess.
Pay attention. So it's going to. If you've seen something like that happen on PulseChain, like the first pump, I don't think you're going to see.
Old. It's a 9-year-old.
That is a ridiculous chart.
Yeah, you're not early to Zcash, but that is a good pump. I will admit there might have been a liquidity shortage and a bit of hype. Like I don't know what initiated.
Cash has just done the same thing.
Right.
This is just Arthur Hayes buying, right? Like,
yeah.
Have a look at the Dash chart. It just pretty much. It's not as violent as that, but it's pretty much done the same thing.
Dash.
So there seems to be a little bit of a privacy coin.
That is a name I haven't heard for a long time.
That's another, yeah. Like if people is Litecoin next? Is Litecoin next? It's not as privacy, but you know what I'm saying?
No.
Right.
Look, the privacy meta I think is coming back, and I think hopefully H can try and capitalize on this because
it's real.
I mean,
it's actually real.
So
like
sometimes when I talk to normies, sometimes when I talk to normies about crypto, they sort of say, "Oh, look, criminals are using it for buying Bitcoin to facilitate their criminal activities." And you're going, like, what? Opposed to cash, bro? Like, and you realize that bananas on walls.
99% of all criminal activity takes place in U.S. dollars, like physical U.S. dollars, and the same with money laundering and anything else. It's get rid of the dollar, go full 100% digital. If you want to eliminate that, everybody go to Bitcoin. It would go down by 90%.
It has its own ramifications.
So then that opens up the can of worms, right? Like, if you have a centralized point of failure where everyone is on digital cash, and then there's some sort of outage or whatever, no one has
emergencies
cash on hand.
Like digital ID, digital cash is useless in an emergency, like a flood, a massive fire.
Yeah. So gold, for example, has always been this thing where it's the true value. Like, whereas cash can be printed, gold has this thing, but it can't be sent across borders, and it's hard to, and you have to self custody it because even institutions, whatever, having billions of dollars worth of gold, they might have that in the London mint or whatever, and then they can get taken as well. There's a story of that happening.
Yeah.
But
they even come repo you gold in some circumstance. That happened in America when
there was an example. So
if you were hiding it, they would come and find it. Like you're hiding, like travelers during World War II. It's like, it's rough.
Yeah. So, okay. Let me just quickly play this clip because this matters to what I was saying.
Well, it's interesting because I don't know if you know the story, but about 2-3 years ago, Nicolas Maduro, he held a shitload of Venezuelan gold in the London vaults. That's important. If you're going to be a sovereign and you're going to buy gold, to hedge yourself against getting your assets expropriated, make sure you hold the asset yourself, gold.
Yeah.
So the London vaults, London seized his gold, or the UK seized his gold. So yeah, make sure that, and this is probably an advantage of Bitcoin that governments don't appreciate, or sovereigns don't appreciate, is you can easily send it and hold it yourself, self-custody at $2 billion worth of gold. And, you've got to make sure you've got access to that. But it's really interesting the way you break it down in terms of the different forces driving gold, especially the fact that it's not a debasement trade. And it's also like, I believe in terms of oil trade now, Saudi Arabia and China have actually engaged in yuan settled oil trades, which is also, monumental in terms of global geopolitics.
So apart from the whole, self-custody your Bitcoin and your crypto, not your keys, not
I don't like
coins.
it as an Australian who can't buy a gun. I don't like the idea of holding gold, right? Because like someone can kick in your door and come take it and probably get away before the police can get there. Like,
yeah, I suppose
and if
so.
you go tell a soul, if you say gold's a good idea, they're going to get that in their head. You know what I mean?
But it's also
It's
like,
a security
it's
thing.
not, you can't go international borders with it. Like if you know
No,
12 words,
you can't fit
can
it
transfer your funds
like you
on
can
a
a
blockchain.
Trezor.
Yeah, but you only need to know 12 words, like, or 24 words, whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas
You get a
with-
little limerick, you get a little rhyme, and you got it.
So, I mean, people can remember 12-digit mobile phone numbers, no problems. So
Yeah.
I guess the thing is, like, gold has its disadvantages in terms of being cross-border, and also like not just the self-custody aspect, but the cross-border aspect. But so if you have this idea that blockchain is superior, but it is also transparent, then every single time someone buys a whatever hamburger, then the person that they're buying the hamburger from can see their entire account and everyone they've ever dealt with. It kind of does make sense that privacy coins should be a part. I mean, that's how bank accounts work, right? Like you can't see what everyone's bank statements are like. So privacy, I think, is a necessary right and something that should be normalized. But then how do you do it without sort of facilitating, terrorists or whatever? Maybe you need to have. So hopefully RH is
all
going
the
to
terrorists. That's the solution.
Because this whole thing, maybe, PulseChain has got the advantage of being censorship resistant, is sufficiently decentralized. It has these IPFS front ends. You have front ends that you can run from your own computer. You can self-custody your shit. So there's a lot of advantages from a censorship resistant point of view. If you add a privacy element to it, I think that's a bit of an ace up the sleeve.
It's massive. If you can build
and I know
it in.
Liberty Swap were going to use some railgun tech. I think they were going to try and fork something there. I was hoping RH was going to fork the railgun wallet. So these are the things that I'm kind of thinking would be cool.
Yeah.
And maybe he does. Just because Liberty Swap's doing it doesn't mean that he won't do it, right? Which we've seen with Pump the Tires. Somebody else already did it.
Or something novel.
I'm going to do it.
I know, God forbid, in the EVM world, we make something new and not fork. But like, you're just like, no creative ideas, none.
No. We can't.
It comes down to security sometimes, right? So, like,
I agree. It's
the more creative you get, the more you have to drill down on the details.
Contract risk. Yeah,
but,
I think
like in the more complex too. Like we saw that with Balancer. Balancer is very complex compared to these other DEXs, and they've had more problems, right?
True.
Look, I just talked about in the past.
Railgun. Someone had to write Liquidity.
Oh,
someone had to write Tornado Cash. You know what I mean? So,
but what I'm saying is,
what it is.
RH, I think in the past has mentioned that he prefers code that has been tried and tested over time and is found to be bulletproof in bulletproof in inverted commas, and then so there's always going to be some non-zero risk, but he I think would prefer to use code that has worked in the past, which is hence why they did the fork of Ethereum 2.0, waited for that rather than, or actually, no, that was the argument.
They messed around a long time with like a BNB fork.
Wasn't it? Anyway, whatever. I think we'll just see what happens. But I suspect it'll be a fork of something using, trusted code rather than making new stuff because there's more contract risk in new stuff. Maybe
privacy would be the low hanging fruit.
It's massive though. It's like
there could still be legal implications to privacy things, though, right? Like I know there's still ongoing court cases about stuff like that.
Kind of attracts hate. It does attract.
And he's already got enough heat, in my opinion. Like one red notice.
He's got a lot. He always.
I don't like to go more than one red notice myself. Like if I have one red notice, I'm cool. But if I have 2 or 3 or 4, you're worried.
Yeah,
downhill quick.
I mean, we've got. It actually surprises me how the railgun guys have managed to get through pretty much unscathed. That's probably one of the biggest protocols in use.
Right.
The ETH
Get
Foundation.
your AI out of town. We don't need AI on the blockchain.
The ETH Foundation uses railgun a lot. So I don't know how they've managed to dodge a bullet on that front. But Monero, Zcash, even Dash for that point, they're all great protocols to have. Well, they're great protocols to have, but they're not usable because they're not tied into anything else that we like to use.
They're single chain purpose things because they're the last generation. They're the previous generation of things. It's good tech. It's a bit.
Yeah, it's good. It's good tech, but you can't get. It's very like you can move in and out of it a little bit now, but it's not brilliant. So you need. That's why the railgun thing is really good, is because it integrates with everything you know and love already.
Absolutely.
And goes across all the EVMs. So that's the tool you want. Is you need something that can play across all the ecosystems.
Yeah.
But still keeps your privacy.
We could use that would actually be a general benefit and probably draw traffic is a really good cross-chain swap, where you can swap back and forth from PulseChain with any asset. Like I know Liberty Swap's kind of doing it a little bit, but like
something a change now though, like a change now, but like not
Mayhaps. Yeah, and change now is probably always funding, so he could fund it so that I could trade between all the chains, right? Any token I wanted with whatever volume I wanted. PulseChain obviously would be on the list.
Yeah.
Is there not
Liberty Swap's pretty good?
That's a problem that's solved though, isn't it?
Liberty Swap is good. I used it.
They are, but they have a limited selection of tokens. It's not like it's not a true cross-chain swap, right? Like it's
but you could always swap, like, so if you're on base and you've got some weird token, you got to swap it to USDC on base, and then you got to swap and bring it across, and then you got to use Proteus. I mean, maybe they could incorporate Proteus into Liberty Swap somehow. That would make sense to me.
That would be cool.
Cross-chain
That would be a
DEX
good
aggregator is a pretty cool concept. Though that's a big deal. If you start to think of like your DEX aggregator works on like 10 different chains, it would be hard.
I think you just need it to work the DEX aggregator on the PulseChain side, and then you just say whatever. So if you're on Solana, you're on base, you're on Arbitrum, you use USDC, you do the Liberty Swap cross chain, and then it just opens up whatever asset you want to swap it to. Just one extra step.
It'd be like an extra.
That's doable.
It's like a 1-2.
You guys are right. They pretty much have it covered. They do a pretty good job.
You can do it yourself. It just to have that as an automated flow would be awesome.
This is an interesting comment. So from Matisse Mass, I think this is isn't this Hexy McHexican? But anyway, not so long ago, privacy coins were being delisted from exchanges that didn't comply with government KYC AML. What happened with that? They are good now. Good point. I think the problem is that the different administrations that are in, sometimes that changes the like the SEC was going after everyone, and then they just completely changed. Now they got Project Crypto. They're going to put the whole tokenize the NASDAQ.
Australia will not let an exchange list a privacy coin. That's probably why Zcash is still hard to get. I think Kraken had to get rid of
Monero.
All of this.
I think they've gotten rid.
Yeah. So everyone, like that's what I'm saying. Those chains, they're great. Like if you're a hardcore, you want to put funds on there, and you never want to be able to do anything with it. Great, go over to those chains, but you're going to have to figure out how to get there in some way, shape, or form. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Change now does do it. Maybe shouldn't have said that.
You're going through a centralized. You're going through a centralized layer.
I agree. But it works. It's doable.
Yep.
So there is like halfway permissionless. It's still centralized, but it is.
I think also
there's a cross. There is a atomic hot swap between Bitcoin and I think it's one way. I think it's from Bitcoin to Monero. I'm very confident that
atomic
exists.
Yeah.
Atomic cross swap.
Yeah. I've heard of that, but I've never tried it, so I don't know. But
actually, allegedly.
Allegedly. But so allegedly. I think you can get pseudo privacy coins, right? Where they're actually not private in the sense that
depends what you need as well. Because you can just like hop around on chains as well. You can just swappity swap, and then you like break in the link. It depends how deep.
That's pseudo private. Yeah, sure. Yeah. And I think Liberty Swap was going to introduce something like that as well. They were going to do a cross-chain swap thing where it was going to obfuscate. Or you've got the ring, like Monero does the ring transactions, but then that depends on the
proper way, like
the anonymity set, right? Has to be large enough. Otherwise, it's also fairly obvious. But
they standardized that, so it's all the rings are the same size now. That was a problem.
Yeah, wow. 30% of the new Bitcoin sounds
good. Dev their way through that.
That's not good. Browser extension, trading platform, another fork. We've got a few good ideas here, but maybe an Aave fork. We were all speculating. I guess we have to wait, right? And it's not that long to wait, and then
or build it yourself. That's it. The cackle.
That's good.
I really wish that the things that I'm launching were ready to launch tomorrow, so that I could claim it was what RH was talking about. But I don't think
the timing.
Pull it off in 23 hours notice.
You could just you could be like, this is what RH was on about. Here's
I bet
the details.
Some meme coin launches tomorrow with that theme.
Yeah. There should be a meme coin called The Details.
I remember this when that Silver interview with that lady.
If that is the thing.
Sorry, I just got distracted by this comment. I remember looking at this, and they made this big deal about it, and Silver then was doing this interview for like an hour, and they were trying to help her and all this sort of stuff. And it was this story about it that someone would go into her house to fix her computer, and there was like the son-in-law. There was this huge thing, and then it's like when she posted the transaction, it was like it had just been sent to this other wallet, and it was still all the money was in this one wallet. And I remember thinking, I don't think you've actually been hacked, because like a scammer would have been sent. Like it was literally like just like one hop away, and it's like, did you send this to? And then I think that there was even a thing where it's like she'd sent it to her Trezor or something. So I think that was actually a user fuck up in the end. And then she just disappeared, and it was like nothing ever happened about it. And I was like, oh my God, that was the biggest waste of time, because you sent it to like a different address. Anyway, but so I have PTSD about that, because it was like fairly obvious what had happened. But that's not how money gets stolen. Like money doesn't just go to one hop and just sit there forever.
Yeah.
Like if you've been hacked. Unless it was her ex-husband or some shit.
Oh. Well, no, you'd still cash out though. I would.
I don't know, but it was just very suspect. Anyway, it was the husband's girlfriend. Okay, there you go. She got it back. That's not a hack. Like that's just
bad blood.
That's just days of our
family.
Yeah, actually, days of our lives with the hourglass. Oh, I hate that show. I hate it. Every episode is identical. It's like, I cheated on you and I'm pregnant. Oh no! It's every single one.
Ladies in leverage.
Yeah, actually, RH foretold of these.
Is there anything else that we need to talk about before we wrap this up? Are we bullish or bearish? I haven't quite decided. Are we waiting for Monday's weekly close, or
I'm bullish.
RH
If
to
you're
pull
on
a rabbit?
PulseChain, I'm bullish. If you're not on PulseChain, I'm bearish.
True.
PulseSeason, let's go, baby.
That's right.
Macro chainer canonically is bad, but PulseChain is where it's at. It's the god. It's shining city on the hill, right?
Indeed.
That's what I'm hoping.
Big funds,
even if the money's sloshing around in crypto as it is now finds its way across, that would be
even better.
And if PulseChain was the only thing going up, I think some of that money could find its way across. And think from an outside perspective how it would look. Right? Like people they don't look at nobody's going to look at PulseChain and be like, oh, what's the price of this token versus in Pulse? They're just going to look at, oh, this is up 20% today. This is up 40% today. Like they could look at the whole
only place you can get green candles.
Everything would go up, right? So you could look at it, just click on PulseChain and see every single thing on the chart, meme coins, everything go up.
Yes.
Pulse does a 10x.
I wonder if
everything does a 10x pretty much.
Because of the bonded liquidity, you're saying, because everything's pulled with
a
lot
of like you buy the floor, right?
That
or
would be
there's just
awesome.
a god
whole
wick
ecosystem
of
could
like
be green
insanity.
one day.
Yeah.
Yes, a God candle, I think, would make everyone feel slightly better at this point. And you know,
it would get so hard dumped though if it was just a god wick. Insane as it would be, if you could moon it, like it would ruin the chart. But like if you could moon it, it would get sold.
Look, so
down.
there's a couple of arguments against this, you know. So I guess one thing is that if you God candled it, right, and then so then the sellers would sell it down, and then you could just keep pumping it like relentlessly. Eventually, the people would get the message that, you know, this is going up, right, and then they would have to buy back higher. And if the traders wouldn't be able to trade it, then it would be like, let's see how high we can get this to go.
Like
because the thing is that if you don't sustain the pump, then people know, well, they're being conditioned to think that it's only going to last for so long, so we should catch out.
You will run out
of
capital.
Was good.
Depends how you do it, but like
but if you punish the sellers, is what I'm saying, then that's when you create, you know, the traders have to go, hang on a tick. I actually haven't made money from this trade. I'm getting wrecked. I could have made 10x more if I had it just held. That changes their behavior. So that's the idea. But then the only problem with that is like, that's great if ETH is at 9K and you can rotate in, $1 billion and just make all the sellers pay. But if ETH is going down and it's going down to like 2,500, would this, assuming that the SAC funds are still in ETH, which they may not be, like once it goes into the tornado, right? It could have come out and just put it into stables. Might be waiting 12 months for a bear to buy ETH lower. That we don't know. So, or
there's a lot of games.
He's going to say this is the top. Let's go. There's a lot of speculation. No one really knows. Unfortunately,
knows? All we'll know is retrospectively.
That's right.
I would just set your expectations. In sort of medium range.
Low expectations, bro. That's the key to any kind of happiness. Is
just think back to the tablets. Before that, everyone was saying we're getting wallets. We've loaded up with cash, and it's just going to get dropped on everyone.
I actually haven't heard much about them since.
Think postcards, and then you'll be surprised and happy, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's hard when we do these streams because we try and present the bullish case. Like we try and find the good, you know, in everything. But I don't want to also, you know, mislead people or blow smoke up people's asses. And it's like, you know, they have to make their own decisions. Because at this point, you know,
it's nice to speculate and get excited about things, but people have that come down after it. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's better for everyone to make their own speculations. based on the data we present.
We're going to zero.
We're taking advice from guys. You know, that it's user beware, not financial advice all the time.
Never financial advice. If you take financial advice from me, you're not doing well. Like,
just look at us. I think that's disclaimer enough, right?
Look at this. This guy got done for tax fraud. Look at him. Hulk Hogan. What is he?
Oh, true.
Do you remember that?
Oh, dude.
Don't take advice
taxes,
from
people.
me. Pay your taxes. Don't flee to America and just not pay taxes.
All right. On that note,
so in retrospect, do you really think he committed tax fraud, or do you think they're just thieves?
Oh, both. Actually, you know what? Taxation is theft. Taxation is theft.
Yeah. After the couple of weeks I've just had, but this is a little antidote. I finished a property project 7 years ago. Paid all the duties and taxes and everything we're supposed to pay along the way. They've reassessed it 7 years later and trying to come at us for more money.
What?
Get out of
That's extortion, bro. That's
it is.
I've often made this analogy between the government taxing with like a cartel, like some kind of like, you know, like the mafia, where like a racket, where they're kind of going, you know, you're sitting there like pouring concrete or whatever, and then they just walk up, you know, and go, "Where's my cut?" Like, "Oh, you made some money." "Oh, well, where's my cut?" So yeah, but you weren't pushing wheelbarrows, bro. Like, you want to pour concrete in this town, you got to pay for the privilege, you know.
Otherwise, we just sweat in the concrete.
Step in your concrete.
That's pretty much it.
Fuck your shit up. It's like all like break your windows. On your
I don't like where they're spending my taxes either. Like, it's just all disability and hyper gay, and I'm not happy with it.
What's more concerning is the amount of time and energy and money they've spent chasing us as well. Like, someone paying for that shit.
I don't know.
And
but the
they're
fact
trying
that
to bring in more because they're running out of money because they're spending it all on welfare. And I agree with welfare, but like everyone's disabled now because you can get it. It's like half our country is in wheelchairs, and it's like, I got up. Oh, it's a miracle.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Everyone is slightly retarded, but yeah, the fact that they can come back to you, Jexa, and be like, you know how you paid us last week? Well, guess what? That's not enough.
7 years ago.
Gonna fuck your shit up a bit more, like rough you up a bit, and just.
So I've been reading all the legislation and everything, and all the Duties Act and whatever. They've got the discretion to come at you whenever they like with it, just because they decide that they could. There's no statute of limitations. They decide whenever they want to reassess, they can.
Dirtbags.
Okay. Yep. So
that's funny.
All fun and games.
That's rancid.
Look, it is a game. You've got to play the game, and that's why people have negative gearing and all this sort of stuff. It's like you use the tools available, the legal tools, to be able to minimize your tax, because they won't hesitate to, you know, try and make you pay as much as possible.
Minimize their tax.
And you basically overpay. Like they'll try and make you overpay. So.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they'll never send you a letter to say that you've paid too much.
What's the guy that owns the casinos? I love that piece that is on YouTube. It's like, it's from like, I can't remember now. The casino. Gary Packer.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Legend. And he's just like, I minimize my tax and I'm well entitled to do so. I should not feel guilty about doing such.
I agree. I think that's like, you know, within the letter of the law. I mean, that's how business people
I can spend my money better than the government can. I can tell you what. I could probably get more roads built if I had the funds. You know what I'm saying? They're very ineffective.
Oh, when you look at some of the contracts and stuff, and you're kind of going, these guys are taking the piss, you know. Actually, they blow it out, and it's like,
because the government, they will always ask for an extra however much bottomless budget. You know, it's just like, it's you've got a golden paved road to paradise. If you
and they have to spend that money to get the budget, or they lose it as well, or they lose it. So then it creates this culture of like
perverse incentive.
You don't want to actually come under budget, because then you won't get as much next time. So you have to be over budget every time and ask for more and crank it up. So there's no efficiency in that model.
No, there's no cutting waste, fraud, or abuse. It's incentivizing those things. Yeah. Actually, I won't say it because it's a bit untoward.
But anyway, let's save the bad mouthing of the government for another stream.
I'm not going to be around for much longer. Jail.
Before base rating calls anyone else any more names.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yes, it's been 2 hours. Thank you, gents, for joining me. Thank you, chat, and thank you, Replay Gang. And yeah, I wish everyone the best. Hope they enjoy their weekend. Any final thoughts or comments from the crew?
PulseChain, best chain, number one, up only. You beauty.
Fast. Any comments? Oh, you're muted, bro.
PulseChain season is just starting, and
that's it.
If you
let's go.
Want to win some more Vault tokens? Check my Twitter profile. I have an ongoing contest right now with up to $6,000 in prizes.
There you go.
Just go check out Vault. Check out Vault.
Indeed.
Let's see what the next 24-hour brings us. Yep.
Should be interesting.
Cool.
All right, chaps.
All right.
Thanks for this on.
Thanks very much. Great to see you guys, and thanks, chat. Thanks for everyone watching. Appreciate the comments, like and subscribe, all the good stuff. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you.
See you guys.